Hi, in this video I'll show you how to build the Incan box design. This is a nice little simple box. It's got some complicated looking parts, but it's very easy to make. As a first step, you probably want to paint the backing pieces, maybe the front pieces as well. Here I'm just using acrylic paint to paint the backing pieces. It's a water-based paint that absorbs well into wood. You can use Sharpies if you want something nice and simple, or other kinds of paint or wood stain. Once it's painted, you can use a dry toothbrush to get the paint out of the engravings. That'll help to make sure the engravings really pop. The first step is to glue the 4 side pieces together. They have interlocking tabs, and using a little bit of wood glue, you can press them together gently. Once they're glued, just make sure it's nice and square. It won't be sturdy yet, so don't push it too hard. Next, let's put the base on. I left my base unpainted, but feel free to paint it if you like. Putting a lot of glue on the tabs here, we can then just slot the base into position. Next, let's put the relief on the outside of the box. Note that the reliefs look very similar, but they're slightly different, as 2 of them have longer protrusions at the top. Putting a generous amount of glue on the back, they fit nicely onto the side. Line them up as best you can, and then if you have a clamp, it'd be excellent to put a clamp on. If you have 1 clamp, in the middle is good, but if you have 2, you can do 1 on each side. And leave them clamped for a few minutes so it sets really nicely. As you go around, make sure you choose reliefs with alternating sizes. After each side has been clamped for a little while, it should be set, and you can take the clamps away. Next, let's put the top on. Put wood glue around the top rim and put the top on, making sure to get the engravings facing upwards. Press that into position. and then put the reliefs onto the top. Taking care to put glue on the bottom side, not on the engravings. And then put one on each corner. Once all 4 top reliefs are done, the body of the box is complete, and you can leave that to dry, cleaning off any excess glue. For the lid, there's one very complicated shape and a small peg. This peg helps line up all of the engravings on the underside. So you want to glue the peg into a very specific spot on the underside of the lid. In the middle of the face, there's a rectangular slot, which is exactly where the peg goes. Make sure that's nicely lined up, and then put glue on the underside of the lid, but don't put it all the way out to the rim because the underneath piece isn't as big as the top piece. Using the peg for alignment, place the underneath piece on and line it up, wiping off any excess glue. Make sure it's nice and tight and that the glue holds. And you're done. You should find that the lid fits snugly on the box. If you paint it with some interesting colors, you should find it really pops. Happy building, and let me know how you get on in the comments.